Hi, I'm Heather Dawson and I'm studio number 7 on the WAVE Interlake Artist Studio Tour. I thought that I would show you today how I make this Monstera Leaf out of this. I'm a glass artist and you'll see a variety of different types of glasswork from me on the Interlake WAVE Tour. I specialize in fused glass or kiln formed glass, which is heating up glass in a kiln until it melts or fuses together. And I like to incorporate some fused elements into my stained glass art as well. So I thought I would just walk you through the steps to create one of my popular pieces, a glass Monstera Leaf. When I started casting glass, I was using commercially made molds and following the manufacturer instructions. Earlier this year, I teamed up with fellow WAVE artist Alan Lekovetsky, and he showed me a couple of different techniques to make my own casting molds out of clay. So I'm really excited about the possibilities that creating my own molds is going to create. It'll really allow me to create anything that I can dream of. But for this tutorial, I'll show you using the commercially manufactured Monstera Leaf casting mold. Because the particles of glass are a fine grade, there's going to be a little bit of glass powder in the mix. So to protect my breathing, I'm going to be wearing a mask while I'm doing this project, and I'll do a voiceover so that you can hear me explaining the different steps. First, I dust the bottom of the mold using the smallest size of glass frit, which is a powder. This helps make the leaf veins more prominent once the piece is fired. Then I brush off any stray powder from the edges of the mold. Next, I measure out 2 mixes of glass frits using a blend of different colors of greens. I use a lighter mixture for the inside of the leaf and a darker mixture for the outer edges. Using 2 different shades gives the leaf a more realistic look. I add a clear frit into the mixture to help disperse the color and add depth. The 2 mixtures need to add up to the total fill weight for the mold to ensure the thickness of the leaf is correct once the glass is fired. Once I have my 2 mixtures, I can start filling the casting mold. I like to start with the lighter color for the inside of the leaf, saving a little in reserve once I've reached a nice thickness, just in case I need to top up any areas once I've filled with the darker blend. I fill in around the edges of the light mixture with the darker blend, and I let the colors overlap just enough. If I fill over top of the lighter color, the darker color will overpower the lighter one, and you won't see the difference between the 2 blends. Last, I level out any uneven sections with my brush and dust back the frits from the raised sections of the mold. This will help ensure the glass melts evenly and doesn't catch on the mold as it's melting. Finally, the mold is ready to go into the kiln. The kiln has a computer which the firing schedule is keyed into and will regulate the temperature and time the glass is heated for. Most firing schedules take approximately 8 to 12 hours from start to finish. So you can see all of the individual glass frits that we put into this leaf mold have fused together, and as the airspace is squeezed out from between the glass particles, the overall size of the glass piece kind of pulled together and shrank a little bit in the mold. So as we take the piece out of the mold here, you can see that on the back side, on the bottom, it's picked up all the texture from the bottom of the ceramic. So the Monstera leaf goes from a tiny grain of glass to a flat leaf like this, and then slumps into various forms depending on the mold that I use. It can either be a shallow bowl like this one. You can also play with adding in little holes into the glass as you're casting. So it makes it a really versatile type of glasswork. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough on a project guide of the Monstera leaves, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the September WAVE Tour at studio number 7.